torturing it now, aren't they?
Yeah. You know, they say it's not going to be nice or easy to watch this, you know, just don't let her fucking watch this that much. Well, obviously she has to spot the eagle's claw marks and all of that, but for fuck's sake. Normally, if these proceedings are done correctly, they only like need to ID them for a few seconds, and that's fine.
You don't normally have Andy Warhol as well. He's one of the
And
guys in there as well.
look, it's Street Fighter.
Oh,
I
guy
mean,
is
I mean, the
laugh.
fighter design in this movie almost makes it seems like an 80s or 90s attempt, obviously, at sci-fi fighting movie kind of. You know, you have gangs called the Eagles, the Maniacs, the Red Dragons. You know, and it's man, but it adds to the fun, the good mad fun. You know, what is cool? What is cool, obviously, in the 90s is demoing on top of cardboard boxes and squashing apples or what have you. That is fucking hardcore.
If you listen to him as well, he sounds like he's actually trying to make his voice sound like a dubbed over VHS of the Kung Fu film.
But you know, we're gonna be led into a little good concept fight. You know, on top of barrels. That connects to your age-old 70s martial arts movie where they fought on, you know, elevated stuff, you know, poles or what have you. So, you know, why not? And we got a mix of a Hong Kong stuntman taking nasty falls as well. So I really dug the mix that we occasionally see in this movie. And Cynthia isn't doubled all too much in this movie, and when she is actually well done. Not even fucking Corey Yun could double her. Make sure the doubling job looked good, you know, in righting wrongs. In this movie, it looks good.
I never noticed it.
Yeah, there you go. So
No, never noticed it.
it's not in this scene necessarily. I think it's one of the next fight scenes where she does a twirl of some sort or one hell of an acrobatic move that apparently Cynthia wasn't as apt at. And then you have the Hong Kong stuntman obviously being quite acrobatic and crazy. But yeah, while we wait, let's continue on with Godfrey.
Yep, as I said, he directed over 80 films between 1980 and 1990, many of which tapped into the ninja craze at the time.
Yes.
Utilising, among other players, American actor Richard Harrison, who I'm sure, Ken, you don't know anything about.
Nope.
Who initially filmed scenes for only a handful of movies, but was made a star of many more, thanks to how they split up and reused his footage.
Exploitation.
The Garfield phone footage pops up in several movies, but using uncredited and unauthorized music, but most importantly various obscure Thai, Filipino and Taiwanese crime and action pictures for their various ninja movies. He created an endless filmography of easily marketable, at that time, cut and paste cinema.
Classics like Ninja Terminator, Majestic Thunderbolt, and Inferno Thunderbolt, and what have you. So, good on you, Godfrey. You did good, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, in the notes here it says that Godfrey was involved with Philmark as well, the rival company, which I'm not doubting your research, Tom, but based on Godfrey Ho's own statement that he only used his English name, his Chinese name, Benny Ho, or Godfrey Hall as in this movie, I don't think he actually did work at Philmark because none of those movies turn up at Philmark. You have movies like Alton Jung, Edgar Jare, Joe Livingstone being directors at Philmark. Those characters remain a mystery to this date, kind of. No one knows who they were. Maybe Thomas Tang himself. But having said that, the formula worked so well over at Philmark as well. They have classics like Robo Vampire and a lot of cool stuff. So Joseph Lai and Thomas Tang tapped into that cut and paste formula along with Godfrey Ho during the 80s, and you know, credit to them. It was a good business model. It really was. It was entertaining too. That's the main thing. But yeah, we can continue a little bit while we watch some interrogation. What else happened?
Well, speaking on Undefeatable itself, Godfrey mentioned that for Honour and Glory, his first film with Rothrock, filmmakers had Cynthia for only 1 week, a really tough schedule for anyone. For Undefeatable, Ho wanted to make, quotes, a whole movie, contract for a whole movie for 4 weeks of shooting with a bigger budget, but with the intention to sell video rights to the US market. To quote the man himself, Honour and Glory and Undefeatable made money because Cynthia Rothrock was so famous all around the world at that time. She's the only American girl who can fight, so the people like her.
Yeah, I would agree that. It seems so fitting. I didn't grow up, or I did grow up in the 90s, but I wasn't aware of her, so I didn't screen a lot of her movies at the time. But were you guys also into her American stuff, or are you into her American stuff other than Undefeatable?
I've seen a good deal of it, probably the most of it, in fact. But it's kind of a good while ago now, in the sort of UK kind of video boom of the sort of 80s and 90s. I haven't seen so much of it in more recent times, but definitely then. I mean, you could go into any video store and there'd be a whole raft of Cynthia Rothrock movies, up on the wall.
Did you guys see Honor and Glory?
I think I have, yeah.
It's also known as Angel the Kickboxer, so maybe you've seen it under that title, possibly.
I think we had it here as Honor and Glory, but it's been a while since I've seen any of her sort of more notable American productions. But I remember, at the time, when video was still a comparatively new thing. I was watching sort of anything and everything really, but she was, I'd seen that, China and O'Brien and stuff, and I'd watch those and thought, well, there actually is something here. It's not just, sort of a cheap nonsense. She clearly knows the stuff. There's sort of, decent movies. They're not just sort of, quick sort of cash-in things. They're of a good standard, for the genre. So.
I'm looking forward to watching Honor and Glory based on the work here. I think it sort of means a lot that it's headed by Godfrey as well, and the Hong Kong crew.
Yeah, I think I'll check it out.
But Godfrey, in my opinion, he gets labeled as a bad director thanks to the ninja movies that I've did. And you're either a fan of that fun, hokey cinema that they provided with the market with, or you're not, obviously. But I saw action energy in those, and obviously he was not sole action director, but he seemed to understand, to inject energy in their own shot scenes that were cut into bought movies, and he sort of. IFD and him had an understanding and detachment from the product. They know they weren't making art, but they were trying to provide the market with something they liked and could have fun with. And it was really fun. And Ho's actual directorial creativity came during that Thunderbolt era, if you will, because Majestic Thunderbolt and Ninja Terminator to an extent as well feature some of the best of his directed scenes. Some thought out style for him. Not just boring point and shoot stuff. So I'm not surprised at all that Godfrey managed to do solid real movies after he left IFD, because the likes of Princess Madame I really like with Moon Lee and Sharon Young. Angel Enforcers was another Girls with Guns movies he did, again Undefeatable, that we're watching now. In a Deadly Target that I watched recently, a terrific Yukari Oshima gunplay movie, fantastic fun. So I think he was responsible for the action energy in a way. You know what I mean? The spinning movie that you just saw, that was a good doubling job. So if you didn't notice that before, Tom, good on the stuntman. So I really like Godfrey in that regard. He remains underrated in my opinion, and even at IFD.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see, if he'd have done more, more kind of, whole films as has been said. We'd be interested to see him do, do kind of bigger sort of scale productions, or have more of a sort of a output outside of like the IFD films. Just to see what he could have done with it, because it's certainly he's clearly got a lot of skill. So
absolutely, and but he stepped out of the movie business. So what's he doing now, Tom?
He was working at the Multimedia Innovation Centre of the Polytechnic University. It's a bit of a mouthful. For 5 years, and teaching the students there about filmmaking, directing, editing, lighting. And then I think the school was later integrated with the School of Design, and they wanted the lecturer to have a degree, which in Godfrey's case he didn't have. He couldn't teach there anymore, but he's joined the Hong Kong Film Academy, where he teaches academically. I think he's still there teaching.
Right.
there.
Yeah, yeah.